Okay. How's it going, Krozjin? Thanks for the reply yesterday. You replied so quick, kind of caught me off guard, and by the time I checked it, it was kind of late. So I didn't want to like post or reply or video this and bother you late. And hopefully you're fresh and chilling for the new year. So this is my question. I'm gonna demonstrate exactly what I've got going on, and then hopefully um, go from there. So I've basically created the actors that have the spline in the PCG component, and the custom grammar right here. And I've created these modules that have basically a little axis tripod that has an actor tag on it that gets recognized in the PCG graph that then calls spawning an actor at that location. Um, so there's our like piece, right? And here's our second, or kind of like you could call a recursive actor, I guess. Um, and this piece has its own grammar that we can generate if I do it right. And the issue really is that whenever I move this piece, that recursive actor that was created is now not how I wanted it. Right? And I mean, this happens, right? Because every time we do, like, we move it or whatever, it regenerates it. And I've noticed that inside of the options here, we can turn off the regeneration, right? So if I move this piece, or whatever, move the base piece, well, I guess I didn't turn off the recursive on that one. Or the regeneration. There we go. Now, when I move this piece, let me just put this on so you can see that it won't wipe the piece, right? But it also doesn't regenerate or adjust, like if I adjust this angle, right? Or not angle, but location. It's not adjusting the PCG because it's not regenerating. And then the second you actually tell it to regenerate, then it's just going to wipe that piece again. So yeah, the question really is, how do I preserve like these recursive actors? How do I preserve their grammar? And the answer that I've come up with, so at least so far, is using maybe like doing a post generation function. So like I do all my grammar and all the stuff, and then I click generate, which then calls like a function. And I thought this function could be something where it pulls the name of the actual actor, and it pulls the grammar syntax and like maybe spits it into like a row of a data table. And then whenever it regenerates, or maybe we just have like a, whenever, however we want to call that, or we basically pull the information from the data table, and that allows us to then create the syntax, or like whatever, reload the syntax into this piece. But I don't. That seems pretty cumbersome, and I don't want data tables like full of basically all the little recursive pieces. So I was hoping there was maybe a way to preserve preserve this grammar on these recursive pieces when I create them, so that whenever we refresh or change anything, it doesn't wipe all the grammar from all these recursive pieces. And that's basically the question. I hope that explains it. And just as like a full circle, I guess, to explain this, this is Cassini like logic that I basically took from their demonstration. They have this talk called PCG, Advanced Topics and New Features in Unreal 5.5. It was the one of the talks at the Unreal Fest 2024. And about 17 minutes in, they talk about using this technique of recursion to create multiple multiple of these kind of actor pieces with the spline. And that's basically what I'm doing. So I'm taking these. So also, and just I guess as an explanation, these little pieces right here have, so they have these little kind of actor or axis tripods, which I also took from Cassini, but on the tripods themselves they have an actor tag, and that actor tag is then referenced in this grammar right here. So it's looking for a string with the actor type attribute, and then within here I'm basically looking for specific ones. So like the railing pieces, as you can see, they have the railing. So within here, and we find the ones with the railing string value, we do the material instance data thing, and then we spawn the actors, the A railing actors, which is this little guy right here, which again has the grammar, or the PCG with grammar and the spline and all that stuff. So I hope that's enough information to kind of convey what I'm asking. And if you have an answer or solution that is a little bit more simple than having to create data tables and, store and track information and all this stuff, I would really appreciate it. Thank you for your time, Krozjin, and I hope I'm saying that right. And hopefully you see this video, and feel free to answer on the comment that I put, or on the video itself, or whatever works for you. All right, thanks for your time. Happy New Year, buddy.